The situation in Ukraine by the evening of October 10. The central event of the day was a series of attacks on energy infrastructure facilities throughout Ukraine, including in Kyiv. About 200 air and sea-based cruise missiles, as well as a number of loitering ammunition, were fired at targets. During the raid, thermal power plants, substations and thermal power plants in the eastern, central and western regions were hit. In some areas, water and electricity supply was completely lost. Ukrainian air defense shot down several air targets, but failed to repel the raid. Border territories of the Russian Federation, Ukrainian formations shelled Konoplyanovka, Shebekino and Masychevo in the Belgorod region, as well as the village of Tetkino in the Kursk region. One woman died and several others were injured. In the evening, in the Crimea, in the area of the airfield near Jonkoy, an air defense system worked, which intercepted a Ukrainian drone. The fragments of the apparatus fell on a residential building and injured one of the residents. Starobelsk direction, in the Kupiansky sector, units of the Ukrainian army continue their offensive against the defensive positions of the Russian forces at the Olsha-Pershotravnev line. Fierce fighting continues in the Kremenaya area. During the counterattack, units of the Russian armed forces established control over the settlements of Terny, Torsky, and Novosadovoy. Solidar direction, detachments of PMC Wagner are fighting on the outskirts of Bakhmut. There are no significant changes in other sectors of the front. Lugansk region, Ukrainian formation struck from the HIMARS MLRS at the center of Rubizhnya. Donetsk direction, Russian missile forces and artillery hit concentrations of personnel and armored vehicles of Ukrainian formations in Avdiivka, Vodyany, Krasnogorovka, and Mariinka. Ukrainian formations again fired at residential and administrative buildings in Donetsk, Makivka, Yasinovataya, Gorlovka, and Novobakhmutovka. There are casualties among civilians. Zaporozhye direction, the command of Ukraine continues to prepare for the offensive in the area of Orkov and Gulyaipal. Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance groups are trying to penetrate the positions of the Russian armed forces and identify weaknesses in the defense. Russian troops attacked enemy positions Malaya Tokmishka, Malinovka, Novo-Alexandrovka, Zaliznyky, and Krasny, as well as in Nikopol on the banks of the Kakhovka Reservoir. Southern Front, Nikolaevsko-Beroslavsky section. There are no significant changes in the front line during the day. The Russian armed forces launched several missile attacks on crossings across the Ingulets River, and also revealed several sabotage and reconnaissance groups of the Ukrainian army. In the evening, Ukrainian formations fired a salvo of HIMARS MLRS missiles at the Antonovsky Bridge in Kherson. 2 missiles fell in the area of the object, the rest were intercepted by air defense.